Good morning. Thanks for joining me on Joy News Interactive. My name is Benis Abu Baidu. On our plate today, and today happens to be the 69th birthday of Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. What about him inspires you? I know there's a lot of talk about how he handles issues, but just tell me what about him inspires you. We'll also talk about Abraham Atta, who's landed a role in a movie that's coming up as the homecoming of Spider-Man. And we'll also talk about electricity and what you have to say about the president's promise that your tariffs will be reduced. Here's how to get interactive. Get onto Facebook. Our name is Joy News on TV. We've posted the various issues there. Please leave a comment in the comment section on Twitter. We are at Joy News on TV. We are also at Joy News on TV on Instagram. Alternatively, you can send me a WhatsApp message on the number 0560 800,000 0560 800 000. Thanks for staying on. But happening right now is a press conference at the NPP headquarters. Let's take a sneak preview into what's happening now. So we'll bring you more of that in our subsequent bulletins. But let's talk about electricity, because this year we've been talking about it. The fact that many of us during the Christmas season and the early parts of this year enjoyed some stable power supply. But coming into the year, there's been some inconsistency. And many people were wondering whether Dumso was back. The government came to say, no, Dumso is not back. And then we were hit with high tariffs. It wasn't only about the inability to access power, but the price, the cost. A lot of us spoke about it. But now the president has come out to say, well, on the 1st of July, starting from that time, you're going to have your tariffs reduced. And we're finding out from some of you what you make of that. So we'll get onto Facebook quickly to find out your comments, but we've been speaking to some people on the streets of Accra, and they've been telling us what kind of reduction they expect. It's not enough to say you're going to reduce it, but we want to find out from people, what kind of reduction do you expect? What's the percentage of reduction that you expect? But a lot of people here have been sending us comments on WhatsApp. Some of you say that you're hoping it will be quite significant and that you want a reduction that will not just be about 1 or 2%, but something that speaks volumes for you. You can also send me your WhatsApp message on 0560 800,000. Later on in the show, we'll be talking about Abraham Atta, because some of the naysayers have been put to shame, because like I mentioned, he's got a role in the homecoming movie of Spider-Man. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be taking all your comments here on Joy News Interactive. Thanks for staying with me on Joy News Interactive. Today happens to be a very phenomenal man's birthday. I love his charisma, I love his person. But we've been finding out from you, what about Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings inspires you?
Jerry John Rawlings, now when he became a president, some of the Ghanaians are accusing him is a bad person. But now he leaves office, people are seeing he's a good person. So I like him a lot.
Our former president, J.J. Rawlings, I love him because he's a brave man. Whatever he wants to do it, he do it serious. To me, if he come back as a president again, I'll be very happy.
He was a confidence man, and he was principled, and everything he says, like the way he ruled, like he's straight, and I don't know, like he is very good. I like him a lot.
He's an honest man. He's very open. He says his mind, and I think he's very intelligent enough. He was my role model.
Jerry Rawlings is a very bold person. He's a father for all. He's somebody that don't tolerate nonsense from people, and he's very courageous. What he says is true. And you know, in his time, people fear him because he's a very honest person. You can't pass by him with any kind of filthy things because he's a very a man of justice. So he's a man that I like very much. The past president is the one that I like most.
I like the way he talks. He's brave, and the way he ruled the country. I like it.
Very brave. He's very straightforward to point. And in terms of maybe courage, he's very courageous. Yes, and then it looks as if he doesn't condone and connive with wrongdoing. And then to him is corruption free, as his attitude should.
Jerry Rawlings is he's principled. That is the truth. No matter who you are, no matter your political divide. Okay, this guy, I quite remember he was complaining about our former president, the new one too, even though they are in his party. That is a mark of somebody who is principled.
Jerry Rawlings, you can't do that in the government. Immediately you try to do something like that. You know, JJ, everybody knows JJ, what JJ can do to you, the minister. So you can't even tempt. So yeah, you can't even tempt to try to do some corruption or something. If you are a minister or government, you are working at the government sector or something, you can't try corruption or something. So that's what, yeah. So I like the Rawlings regime.
There you have it. That's what people love about the boom man. But let's get on to Facebook because some of you have been saying really heartwarming things. Victor Boyowa says nothing about JJ does not inspire. Means everything about JJ, everything about him inspires. His looks, intelligence, brilliance, boldness, action, his direction, poise, grace. Hey, Aaron. He says, what is it about him that does not inspire? Nothing. All plus, no known minus. Happy birthday to a great son of Africa. Live long and prosper. And Gwele Makambo says, human work is never perfect, but simply thank you for everything you did to correct this beautiful country that today is the pride of all Africans, especially Ghanaians. And we all know you're the one who like most countries. I don't understand that, but he says, God keep you and give you what your heart desires. Thank you, Captain. God bless you and your family. Nuomegbe Visi says, happy birthday, our great hero. Hope for the poor, the great man who fought for our motherland, Ghana, the disciplined man, the man who made Ghana what it is today. And he says, oh, you can imagine the emotions with which he's saying that. It's quite a lengthy one over there, but I'll just cut it short. He sighs and says, indeed, you were God sent, but human beings were too blind to see that until they replaced you. Well, he didn't have a choice. He had to go because the Constitution only mandated 2 terms, isn't it? Frank Mensah says, what inspires me about JJ is his rich oratory and natural poetic gift. He's gifted with literary devices whose words are deeply laden with poetic. Hey, Frank, I'm not getting what you're saying, but it's fine. That's how you choose to celebrate him. He says expressions such as we must not allow the poverty of inaction to cloud our judgment. Frank Leonard Ozuki says, happy birthday. Please, we need your kind in Nigeria. Oh, okay. For some cleansing in Nigerian politics. Well, sorry, it's quite harsh. Continue. But Osman Toure says, you're the best ever. We pray that God guides you and you and your only 3 presidents in Africa who really talk the truth, Mr. Gaddafi and Mugabe. Please try to unite Africa for us. No more Gaddafi, but I hope you can make it with your former friends. I'm sure you mean Felix Okwan says, happy birthday. Please, is there any way for you to become president again? Really? How many of you want him to become president again? Okay, all right. But says, this is how those who you handed your discipline and unrecognized corruption country has transformed it, and he lists a lot of things he thinks are characteristic of Ghana now. Ebenezer Nikwe says, happy birthday. Your charisma and resilience in serving Mother Ghana through and through has never gone waste and under the drain. Proud of you, Chairman Rawlings. Okay, so let's get on to WhatsApp now. Farouk in Tamale says, Happy birthday to the legend of our time, J.J. Rawlings. Your legacy cannot be forgotten in the history of Ghana. This one says, the quality of a man can never be known unless he's absent. We love you, and he calls him daddy. Happy birthday. This is from Nicholas Ansa, and you're sending us this from the Volta region. Zion Inwa says, I believe the man JJ, I believe in him very well, and I love his level of confidence. And he adds, happy birthday. This one from Abdul Rashid, and you say, Rawlings means, wow, remove all wrong leaders in national. Oh, okay. Ghanaian society. I love the man for his honesty. You're trying to find a meaning for the name. Anyway, and oh, this one says, happy birthday, may you live long. Anyway, advise your NDC leaders to rule well. Okay. And then this one says, Chairman Rawlings is a principled and very charismatic leader. He's forthright and very straight. What got me so mad about him was the baseless attacks he heaped on the head of late President Mills. But well, today is his birthday, so we are talking about what about him inspires you. Let me pick a few more, then we'll move on. This one says, I am no admirer of the NDC, but as for JJ, I'm ready to lay down my life for his honesty, bravery, transparency, and philosophical nature. I'll never forget his abhorrence for corruption. You didn't add your name and location. Please remember to add your name and location. So let's talk about electricity now. Let's move away from that, because the president has promised that from the 1st of July, tariffs will be reduced. But for many of you, that's not enough. You've been telling us what kind of reduction you expect.
I think 5% will do, because the reason why I'm saying that is maybe because the economy is not okay for us. So maybe it's only 5% that I can reduce. Also maybe due to the election period, that's why they are doing all the reduction.
Since he increased the tariff, Ghanaians are complaining a lot. And now we have a few months to the election, and he wants to promise us he's going to reduce tariff. For me, it's a political talk. If you want to reduce tariff, he should reduce it drastically so that Ghanaians can benefit from it.
Yeah, John Mahama can do it. He can reduce everything so that everything will be normalized.
These politicians, I don't believe them, because this election year, he just want to win a vote. That's why he's saying that. Why he didn't say it at the previous years? And in this year, in the election year, that he's saying this. So I think what he's saying, he just wants to win a vote. That's why he's saying this. After we have given him our power, after that, they will start increasing our electricity again. So I think what he say, I don't believe what he's saying. He just wants to win the vote. That's why he's saying that.
I don't know if that is going to work though, because right now, the way we are looking at things, getting to election, and then still the tariffs are still high, and it's not even stable. So I don't think it's going to work. For me, I'm not hopeful.
To me, I don't think this thing will be possible for us. Because of this politician, that is how they normally they convince us when we are about to vote. So because they need vote, they will come and tell us that, oh, I'll do this. After voting for them, then they forget you. So every day they will be convincing us, now we are tired for all these things. So this electricity power, we have been complaining, nobody is thinking about you. But because we are about to vote, they say they are now coming to do this. I don't think it will be possible for us.
Okay, personally, he is the president of the country. And then maybe, unless of course, maybe he's able to spell out maybe the strategies that he's going to put in place to reduce it. Until then, we the Ghanaians will not be able to say much until he's able to give us a strategy he's going to adopt, because we may not know much about the governance as far as this, because he happened to be on the seat, and then maybe he may have other strategies that he may going to put in place to do that. I'm not maybe an expert on that field, so I may not be able to tell, maybe say more about a reduction of tariff. But I believe he can do it.
The guy is our president. Okay, but as to whether we can believe that, that is a different one altogether. You see, it's not about saying something. Maybe some people may think it's because we are in an election year, so he's trying to win votes to himself. Anyway, what do I think? You see, this electricity thing, our president has been in this country for some time now, and there has been complaints, okay, both the prepaid and the postpaid. He hasn't done anything. Seriously, when it comes to the electricity, when you are paying electricity bill, but he hasn't done anything.
Well, that's what some people think. What do you think? What kind of reduction are you expecting? Someone says he's expecting a really drastic one. For another person, 5% is fine. But here on WhatsApp, this one says, why now, Mr. President? You can't win again no matter how much you reduce the electricity tariff. We've suffered enough. It's okay. And he says we need a competent leader. This is from Sule in Techiman. Okay. This one says, but isn't the reduction good? And this one says electricity, and you add ikikimi. All right, okay. And this one says that this is all about politics. He just wants to win vote, and he's scoring cheap political goals. This is from Jude Wilberforce, and you're sending us this from Takrade. But Jude, even if it's for cheap political points, at least would you want it? I mean, what kind of reduction are you expecting? Anyway, this one says, this is a president who walks the talk. He delivers when he says. The reduction in electricity tariffs shall surely happen because the president is on top of his job. This is from Berima Kubaji in Gine. And this one says the NDC government led by President Mahama have been deceiving us. Ghanaians should ignore this promise to reduce electricity tariffs and use their rise for change. This is Justice Sarkodie in Kumasi. Michael Amenin in the UK, you write, President Mahama can choose to pay for every household's light bills from now to election time, and you're saying that Ghanaians are fed up with him. Michael, I don't know if all Ghanaians are, but well, that's what you say. This one says the reduction of electricity tariffs as promised by President Mahama is highly possible, and he will surely do it for us. This is from Zion in Wa. Abdul Rashid says this one is promise for votes, and you are saying simple. Where was he looking at since then? And a lot of people have been asking that, and well, this is not on what we are discussing today. And this one says, I wish well, Jerry John Rawlings, a happy birthday. You inspire me so much, but sometimes you're controversial. This is from Kambang from Navrongo. And we've also posted the president's promise on Facebook. We'll be picking some comments on that shortly. But this one says, some of us will never be fooled again into believing the president's promise of reducing electricity bills. Where was he all the time when we've been suffering? And this is from Kwesi Hohoy, and he says for him it's a little too late. This one says he did not say he's going to reduce the bill. He said the problems will be over by July 1. Well, you didn't add your name and location, but he did mention that they're working at it. So by July 1st, you're going to have your tariffs reduced, which means that you're going to have, well, you're going to pay less for electricity. This one says what President Mahama is saying is a second promise. This is from Sami Tuga in Sawam. Nantama Mama Dubadis Mugu says only those who reason through. Whoa, wow, sorry. Katie Wonder says JM, so you mean you can do something about it, but now that it's election period, you choose when he sighs and says you're not a leader at all, and he says he also thinks it's a lie. Audrey Emmanuel says, is he talking about the oncoming load shedding that will automatically reduce what we pay per month, or he's talking about the actual kilowatts per hour charge? Well, he's talking about tariffs, so I'm sure it's the second one. Says our president talks more than he can deliver. Audrey Mano, someone here on WhatsApp disagrees with you because the person thinks the president walks the talk. And Kelvin Brooklyn says Mahama is not doing a good job. He says he's incompetent and says you can even do it free for Ghanaians, we'll still vote you out. And Kelvin and Michael Amenin in the UK seem to be saying the same thing. Josephine IS says, stop making promises, Mr. President, and act. you're seriously fed up with the economic hardships and high cost of living. And this one is from Imbi Gordon, and you say politicians are very funny because it's election time. You're willing to reduce electricity tariffs. What about fuel? Eben Kweku Abronoma says we have short-term memory, so we'll soon forget. But I got myself an antidote. We'd like to know that what antidote that is. Farouk Intamale says we must salute the president for his bold decision to order the Electricity Company of Ghana to reduce the electricity tariff. This one says we need jobs and we'll pay our bills. So for you, Jude Wilberforce, Ishen in Takrade, it's not about reducing electricity tariffs. You want your job so that you can get some money to pay. But let's move away from all this talk about electricity and the president, and let's talk about this young man who rose to stardom very quickly than a lot of people would normally go through. And this young man is Abraham Atta, and he's trending because he landed himself a new role. And for all of you who thought his stardom was a flash in the pan, get ready, because well, we can see this gentleman is going places. He's trending on Twitter and on Facebook as well. Some of you have been commenting about Abraham Atta, but let's get onto Twitter first and pick some comments here. And Ohene says Azuma, well, I'm sure he's responding to someone else's tweet. He says Abraham Atta is just telling us that speaking big English and going to school is not everything. Well, it probably is not, but I think he should still go to school. What do you think? And this one says, wow, this Abraham Atta guy is not luck. The guy is destined for greatness. Well, he also says, I'm also called Abraham Atta. Sorry, I'm also called Atta, so stay tuned. And this one says that Abraham Atta will feature the next Spider-Man movie. Is commenting on this. And oh, really, this one said, me, Spider-Man, I hear Abraham Atta do nothing. The math set and the kiddies would use for BC, and they're trying to attribute that to John Dumelo. I don't think that's fair. Why the comparison anyway? Everybody has their light, and you've got to shine in whatever light you have. And Gabriel Ayi says, I tell you, more talents are hidden because of lack of opportunity and some selfish leaders. And he also says, I'm waiting to see your action in a Spider-Man Homecoming. A lot of comments here, but let's rest a bit on Twitter and get onto Facebook. Okay, let me pick this last one. Kobe says whoever is Abraham Atta's agent did and is doing a great job for this boy. And like I said, many of you have been commenting on Facebook telling us how you feel about this, and we'll be picking that shortly. And I must say that for those of you who thought Abraham's stardom was going to die soon, well, I'm sorry. Enigma says, well, I think it's Pidgin. I can read too well. I can read Pidgin too well, I'm sorry. And this one is talking about all the other things Abraham Atta has done before this news broke. But let's get on to Facebook, because many of you have been telling us what you think about this new role that Abraham Atta has landed to feature in the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Now that's a big one. I think it's bigger than Beast of No Nation, if you want my opinion on that. This one says happy birthday in advance to you, Papa J. No, it's actually his birthday today, and says may the Almighty God bless you and your family. This one says we need a better tomorrow. I don't expect much because we need to build Mother Ghana for our next generation. Our children must enjoy tomorrow. This is Suleimana Shirazu from Tamale. This one says bravo Abraham, keep going high and the sky will only be your limit, but above it is where you must reach. This one, well, it's talking about electricity. Please, we've moved on. We are talking about Abraham Atta. So let's get on to Facebook. And well, such a beautiful smile over there. And let's pick some of your comments on his new role that he's landed. And Osei Brefo Kwabna says he's not proving anyone wrong, and I don't know why Ghanaians think that anyone who criticizes you hates you. That is very bad. As a matter of fact, critics help one to be on his toes and work harder. To me, critics bring out the best in me. I'm sure it's on the post that says many thought it was a flash in the pan, but well, he's kind of proved them wrong. Digitally, Krokoye says, why are Ghanaians like this? Could it be because they were unsuccessful in exploiting the young man? I guess so. There was no audition for them to benefit, and he says hate can never win. And Need Takimak Orlando says he's the only actor we have. Oh, really? Why are you people comparing him to John Dumelo and Mr. Beautiful? Like I said, everyone has their lights and everyone will shine. Autry Emmanuel says we pray for him to be the #1 actor in Africa. He's Ghana's pride. And Nana Poku Turbulent says, meanwhile, your Cocoa sister... Oh, why are you people doing this to John Dumelo? I don't think it's fair. Marco says, when you're blessed, you're blessed. No one can ever bring you down except God himself. And he says, God is good. And Katie Wonder says, opportunity comes once. Fast, my guy, grab the dollar, but don't forget my percentage. Katie, do you know him personally? Why do you want a percentage? Anyway, Autry Benjamin says, and who are his critics? The boy is simply busy making life. So what again? Nantoma Mamadou Badusmugu says, I wish him all the best. Go well, young man. Nothing stops you. A lot of your comments coming in, but unfortunately time is up and I'd have to take leave of you. But don't forget that the conversation continues on all our social media platforms. Please get onto Twitter, tweet at us, get onto Facebook as well. We are at Joy News on TV on both platforms, on Facebook and Twitter. Alternatively, you can send us videos, you can send us photos on WhatsApp. The number is 0560-800,000. Tell us what's happening in your neighborhood. Tell us what you want the rest of the world to know about. But for now, this will be it for this edition of Joy News.